When was the last time you truly focused? Not just stared at your phone, not skimmed through a dozen tabs. I mean focused. No distractions, no background noise, no need to check something real quick. Most people can't answer that question, and if you can't remember the last time you were fully focused, you're not alone. In fact, you're part of the majority. But here's the real question. If you can't control your attention, do you really control your life? That sounds dramatic, I know, but stay with me, because this video might change how you see the world and yourself. We live in a time where the most valuable resource on the planet isn't oil or gold or data. It's your attention. Every second you're awake, something is trying to steal it. Notifications, headlines, ads, emails, content. And while you're watching this, your brain is probably already drifting. You're used to splitting your focus. You've trained your mind to be everywhere and nowhere. This isn't your fault, but it is your responsibility to take it back. Because the truth is, your mind is being hacked systematically. And unless you understand how, you'll spend your life distracted, fragmented, and unfulfilled. Let's go deeper. Think about this. The average person checks their phone 96 times per day. That's once every 10 minutes. We open social media apps without even realizing it. We scroll without purpose. We consume more information in a week than our ancestors did in a decade. But we remember almost nothing. Why? Because our brains aren't designed for this. We evolved to pay attention to one thing at a time: danger, opportunity, connection. But now, we're bombarded with dopamine-triggering stimuli 24/7, bright colors, clickbait, short videos, push notifications, autoplay. Everything is engineered to be addictive. Your brain is constantly being hijacked by what's most stimulating, not what's most important. And over time, this changes the way you think. You start avoiding effortful tasks. You feel restless when things get quiet. You lose patience. You crave novelty. You become addicted to distraction. Sound familiar? This isn't accidental. It's by design. Tech companies hire behavioral psychologists and neuroscientists to make their apps as sticky as possible. They use dopamine loops and variable rewards, the same methods used in slot machines. It's not social media anymore. It's a casino in your pocket, and you're not the customer. You're the product. But this goes deeper than just phones and apps. Distraction has become a way of life. We multitask constantly, thinking it makes us efficient. But studies show it lowers IQ, reduces memory retention, and increases stress. Every time we switch tasks, our brain leaves a little attention residue behind. We carry mental clutter from one task to the next, until our mind is full. But our work is shallow. We live in a culture of urgency, fast content, fast decisions, fast food, fast dopamine. But deep focus requires slowness, intentionality, stillness. And we're terrified of stillness, because stillness forces us to face ourselves, to confront our boredom, our fears, our unfinished thoughts, our unprocessed emotions. So we escape into noise. We fill every empty space with something: music, podcasts, videos, scrolling. We're always consuming, rarely creating, always connected, rarely present. But here's the consequence. When you lose the ability to focus, you lose the ability to think clearly, to solve problems, to make deep connections, to listen, to rest, to feel joy. You become reactive instead of intentional. You become a passenger in your own mind, and eventually, you forget what it felt like to be you. So, what can we do? How do we reclaim our attention in a world built to steal it? Let me tell you something important. You don't need to throw away your phone. You don't need to move to the mountains. You don't need to become a monk. You just need to change your relationship with distraction and rebuild your capacity for focus. Let's start small. Digital declutter. Clean your digital environment like you clean your room. Delete apps you don't need. Turn off notifications that don't matter. Organize your desktop and phone. Use grayscale mode to make your screen less addictive. Start treating your attention like your most precious resource, because it is. 2. Create focus rituals. Design moments in your day that are distraction-free. 1 hour in the morning, a walk without your phone, work sprints with no notifications, a quiet evening routine. Set boundaries. Silence your devices. Use apps like focus mode or Pomodoro timers. Protect your brain like it's your sanctuary. Embrace boredom. Yes, boredom. When was the last time you were bored? On purpose. Boredom is where ideas are born, where creativity lives, where your brain resets. Sit, think, stare out the window. Let your mind wander, not on a screen, but in silence. That's not a waste of time. That's mental breathing. Go deep. Choose one thing to focus on. Just one. A project, a book, a conversation. Give it your full attention. No switching, no background tabs, no checking. Start with 20 minutes, then 40, then an hour. You'll be amazed at how much you get done and how good it feels to be fully immersed. Build a focused identity. This is the deeper layer. You're not just building new habits. You're becoming a new person. You're someone who values depth over speed, clarity over noise, purpose over novelty. The more you practice, the more natural it feels. Focus stops being a chore and becomes your superpower. Let me leave you with this. Every time you choose to focus, you reclaim a piece of yourself. In a world designed to distract you, choosing attention is an act of rebellion, an act of self-respect, an act of power. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do what matters, with intention. Start today. Close one tab. Silence one notification. Be present. For just a moment, you'll be shocked at what comes back to life. And if this video sparked something inside you, you haven't seen anything yet, because what's coming next will help you rewire your mind and build a life of deep focus, presence, and meaning. Subscribe now. Don't let the next distraction steal this moment from you.